Ever since I could remember, fast food has had a very prominent role in my life. While I was in elementary school, every Tuesday at Fazoli's was Kids Eat Free. My grandma would take me to dinner there after school. As a child, I had always looked forward to those days of going out to eat. WebMD uses information from a nationwide study stating that eating fast food even triggers more excess eating. More than 6,000 children and adolescents took part, completing surveys about foods they ate during a typical week. On any typical day, 30% of children ate fast food, and fast food was a main source for 29% to 38% of these children. Fast food companies have a huge impact on our society, and they contribute to America's obesity every single day. There are now more than 240,000 fast food restaurants in the United States. Fast food is available in schools, offices, airports, and hospitals across the U.S. and around the world. Fast food tends to be high in fat, energy-dense, poor in micronutrients, and low in fiber. Consequently, literature in the scientific and mainstream press, for example, Fast Food Nation and Super Size Me, is beginning to scrutinize fast food's impact on public health. The verdict is harsh. Evidence implicates that fast food is one of the major causes of obesity rates, of which have risen sharply over the past 30 years. Fast food comprises a growing portion of food eaten outside of the home. In 1953, fast food accounted for 4% of total sales of food outside the home. By 1997, it accounted for 34%. As a percentage of discretionary food expenditure, which is a cost that is not necessary to the management of a household, fast food doubled from 20% in the 1970s to 40% by 1995. Finally, as a percentage of total energy intake, fast food quintupled from 2% in the 1970s to 10% in 1995. One-third of U.S. adults report having eaten at a fast food outlet on any given day. 7% eat at a fast food restaurant daily. Nutritional analysis shows fast food is to be high in fat, saturated fat, energy density, fructose, and glycemic index, yet poor in fiber, vitamins A and C, and calcium. A typical fast food meal contains 1,400 calories, 85% of recommended daily fat intake, 73% of recommended saturated fat, and only 40% of recommended fiber and 30% of recommended calcium. Fast food's macronutrient composition, its large portion sizes, and its frequent pairing with equally large portions of sugar-sweetened soft drinks contribute to excessive energy intake. For example, children who eat fast food consume more total energy daily than those who do not. So now that we have looked at just a few statistics about fast food, let's look at some of the damages that it can do to our bodies. One health effect that can be linked to obesity is high blood pressure. Additional fat tissue in the body needs oxygen and nutrients in order to live, requiring the blood vessels to circulate more blood to the fat tissue. It increases the workload of the heart to circulate more blood, which also puts more pressure on the artery walls. This higher pressure on the artery walls is what causes the high blood pressure. Obesity is the major cause of type 2 diabetes. It causes the resistance to insulin, which is the hormone that regulates blood sugar. When the insulin resistance is caused, the blood sugar becomes elevated. Even moderate obesity dramatically increases the risk for diabetes. Heart disease is present 10 times more often in obese people because fatty deposits build up in the arteries that supply the heart. Narrowed arteries and reduced blood flow to the heart can cause chest pain or a heart attack. Blood clots can also form in narrowed arteries and cause a stroke. Obesity can affect the knees and hips because of stress placed on joints from extra weight. Joint replacement surgery can be completed for those who have damaged joints, but is typically not advised for someone who is obese because artificial joints have a higher risk of loosening and can cause further damage. Obesity can also cause sleep apnea and respiratory problems. Sleep apnea causes people to stop breathing for brief periods, and it can interrupt sleep throughout the night and cause sleepiness during the day. The respiratory problems associated with obesity occur when added weight of the chest wall squeezes the lungs and causes restricted breathing. Lastly, we are able to see that informing others on obesity and just how harmful it is to us can help lead to better health and an overall healthier lifestyle. Bad eating habits can form quickly, but a healthy and knowledgeable attitude towards healthy food can help adults in better food choice skills and can reap benefits for the future. With knowledge comes power, And if you can arm people with the basic information about the benefits of a healthy lifestyle, they can be better able to make sensible choices. It says here lately I have been dealing with a lot of pressure when it comes to my weight and general health. I have never really taken the initiative to cut out fast food from my diet or try to eat healthy and give myself a better life. Honestly, I really feel like I chose this topic to help inform myself more on the subject of healthy eating, and beginning this week, I'm making the change in my life. I will no longer be a prisoner in my overweight body, and I want better for myself today and I'm looking forward to tomorrow as well. Also, sorry guys so much. I am behind a week on modules. I thought that this speech was due next Monday. I've dealt with my boyfriend in the hospital all this week due to a brown recluse bite. I'm sorry I didn't have an audience. I'm sorry this isn't formal. This is hopefully the worst speech I give. So thank you for watching. Appreciate you all, and I'm so happy to see all the rest of your speeches. Thanks, guys.